I started writing it like as I was going through like the initial stages of a breakup and like grieving my brother at the same time, and I kind of felt like those two things had similar colors in ways that I hadn't. I was like, wow, why am I kind of feeling similar things about this relationship that just died in my life? Kind of the same feelings that I felt, not same feelings, but similar feelings I felt about my brother. This is really weird. Like, why does it all hurt so bad? So I think I just started to write a play about it. And I wrote a lot in coffee shops because I just did, getting coffee all the time. And coffee continued to be a big part of my life, and I just kind of curious about like what does my caffeine addiction have in common with my brother's heroin addiction, and then as I started doing a little more research, it was like, oh wow, like there are kind of some similar, like caffeine releases dopamine in your brain, or helps release dopamine, so does heroin, and like caffeine blocks a certain element of your brain that allows dopamine to flow more freely, so does heroin. And it's like, wow, that's weird. And then the mechanism that I use to make coffee in the morning is an AeroPress, and the AeroPress kind of looks like a syringe. So it's like, oh man, so it just kind of all started to stack up, and then that's kind of where the play started. My arms and her tears flow off her cheeks and down onto my bedtime t-shirt. Oh. And the show, the play has like this theme of me being addicted to love, which I think maybe in certain times in my life was true, where I was in unhealthy relationships that I couldn't get out of because there was a certain amount of like, but I need this person. Like, and what I want to do with the show is kind of through that lens is kind of normalize this idea of addiction and saying that like, well, we all like kind of have these things that we need, people. Like we need these people we've attached ourselves to, and we need the coffee that we drink, and some of us need heroin, and like that's not good, but there's something about that isn't as far away from who I think we all are as some people could think it is. Most of the show is like fun love stories about that, like my stories, those are like just fun to tell. And then when it kind of gets back at the end, towards the end, where I start talking about like, I put a slide up that's like, here are all the withdrawal symptoms from heroin. And that's just like, I don't want to talk about this, because it does suck to think that like my brother went through all this. Who knows how many times? And in the end, where I'm talking like directly to my brother, that just like hurts. You know, it's just not not an easy thing to do, but I do hope and think that, you know, people understand what that's like to lose somebody and want to talk to them and to have unsaid things that need to be said. So in doing it, it's like, this isn't really, I mean, it is about me, but I hope in this room other people are kind of, you know, their stories are being brought to their mind, and they can have some cathartic artistic experience that is valuable to them. And it's not just about this me on stage like crying about my brother, you know? Through writing the show and producing it, I've had like a lot of people text me or talk to me and be like, how did you, like, that's so cool. I think a lot of people want to tell their stories in this kind of way, and I think people should. I think it's a really great, like, cathartic, important experience I think people should like go for. And I think oftentimes people are like, well, I don't have anything to say, I don't have any, like, your story, that's so like, man. But it's like, well, no, like you've got something too. May not be as like subversive in a certain way, but it is certainly as important as mine. So let me down gently, I told her she wasn't meant for me. Her heart